It was a touring truck race.
No, I mean, yeah, we did, yeah, but we're in the Autosport one. Oh, you're racing, by the way.
Ah,
But I think we haven't shown any of the city tracks off in touring, because those are quite nice. Like, you'll recognise all the landmarks.
Yeah, so here we go, we're in night racing. Right up the inside.
And I mean, if you haven't played the desktop version, you might notice there's a new HUD item appeared, which is those 4 sort of green areas. Those represent your tyres, because endurance is all about getting around the track as fast as possible and not wrecking your tyres.
Yeah, so essentially overtaking everybody up the inside and locking up is not on the list of smart things to be doing. So we're all whoa. Yeah, don't try and think and drive at the same time. Or don't stream and drive. We should actually have adverts like that. Don't stream and drive.
Although this is one time where you're allowed to use your phone while driving.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Make full advantage of it.
Whoa, that was a good overtake there, right, man. Yeah,
we've got some fantastic comments here. Thomas WWW says this looks so freaking good. We've got iPad Creative who's saying it looks amazing.
Right.
Yeah, we've got some really fantastic stuff. So thank you very much, guys. Much appreciated.
Yeah, it's really great. I mean, sort of, it sounds like what everybody says, but sort of the coolest point of working on games like this is just watching what all you guys see when you play it and how much fun you have.
Yeah.
Sort of seeing people go, oh, I really, really enjoyed playing that. It just makes it just brings a smile to your face that sort of like we've been sat there helping make a really cool game, and you guys are hopefully really going to enjoy it soon. So.
Eat Granola says the engine sounds are amazing.
Yes, so one of the things which I think people were wondering, sort of, we have the devices that we're running on are mostly the newer sort of last 2 and a bit years of devices, and sort of one of the things is Grid Autosport isn't just the graphics that are running. We are running the full physics engine for the game, so we didn't cut down any of the physics simulation, so it's all there. So it's calculating all of the tyre grip, all of the suspension points. It literally calculates the bump rebound on all four suspension points. It calculates your downforce if you've got downforce. It also does this for every single car racing, not just your own, and it's got all of the AI. So all of that stuff is being calculated, and we didn't want to change that or make it sort of a mobile version, because one of the really cool things about this game is the fact that it has that kind of Codemaster's pedigree of a fully featured physics engine and a fully featured AI engine and all these things. So we spent a lot of time optimizing to make sure that we could fit that in.
Yeah, we didn't want to water anything down. We wanted the same experience on mobile.
And one of the things is engine noises and everything. We use all of the original assets which were on sort of all of the other consoles and everything else. So let me try.
Including the flashback noises.
Yes. So I'm going to see if I can twist it and catch it. Oh no. I'm trying to get myself. If you put a wheel into the dirt at the wrong point with these cars, you can create spectacular barrel rolls. But whenever you don't want to do it, it's really easy, and whenever you do want to pull it off,
hammer as fast as you can, and then just miss and hit the sand.
Oh, I feel like
you're too good. Well, I'd be doing this by accident quite.
Yeah. So as you can see, my tyres are starting to go down now. So as you notice, it's actually my inside left is probably under the most amount of strain. That's going down to about 75. So it's starting to go off, and that's because there's a lot of right-handers where I'm accelerating out of a bend, and I'm putting a lot of stress on the tyres. Luckily, because I've raced this loads of times, I know that I can just make my car super wide and not let anyone overtake. It's a little bit trickier, right? So, I mean, the other really cool thing is just I love the lighting on this track, because like the sun is slowly coming up.
It looks really nice.
This one, so you just get this kind of really cool effect, which is again one of the things we wanted to sort of make sure we could do, was keep the texture quality of everything as high as possible. So when you're playing on the phone, you get that kind of wow, this is sort of so sharp. I didn't think this would work like this on a phone type experience, which, funnily enough, takes a while to do. So you know, isn't just sort of, you know, the three of us here are demoing it, but there's a lot of super talented and hardworking people have optimized all the different areas. So we've got, you know, guys who've been sat there trying to make sure that, you know, the shadows were working properly. You know, we spent sort of months packing and repacking the data to try and get it just right and making sure it all works and everything else. So yeah, it's
and taking apart the handling assist functionality, so
yes.
we can, you know, so as we mentioned earlier, we could tweak everything, all these little areas, just to make it, you know, just right for mobile.
Yeah, I should actually mention, I've been playing this game so much on my phone now. I'm about 2 seconds a lap faster on my phone than I am on the console, with all the difficulties turned, you know, even with the harder difficulty modes, and that is sort of, obviously I've played a lot of it recently, but I think that's the other thing which sort of, if you really like racing games, you know, this game allows you to get to that pretty much the same level as you do on console. Manual gears takes a fair bit of effort in terms of, but that's mostly mental effort, to be honest. I find the same on the console. If you're racing close with somebody and you're trying to remember downshift, yeah. Professional racing drivers earn their money, is all I can say. Right, so as you can see, this mode is basically you race for 7 minutes without burning out your tyres, and the person who does the biggest distance wins. So I believe I'm probably in the lead by a fair amount by now.
Yeah.
I normally am.
How long have you got? Oh, you've got like 55 seconds.
Yeah.
You see at the top where you've got the how many feet you've driven. You've also got your lap time and the time left in the race.
So sometime soon I should probably be starting to turn some of these tyres slightly yellow.
Yeah. Looking like getting close.
Yeah, so I should be able to just, if I try and get indicator and lock up the brakes real hard. Yeah, that took a few percent off.
Now you've got your countdown.
So let's see if there's anyone behind me. So this is a really cool thing, is you just quickly put your finger up. So it's the look behind is essentially when you're on the main straight, you want to quickly look where someone is. It's quite handy. I think at some point we'll flip over to an iPad, and we'll also try and show off the MFI support as well.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, MFI support is there we go. Another big thing which we spent a while on. Yeah, you can plug in pretty much, if it's MFI supported, it should all work. We've sort of the popular pads are all there, and the ones which bolt around your phone, like the Game Vice.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
Got that.
Yeah, and the help screens for the gamepads, which we'll show you in a second, actually are customised depending on what type of controller you plug in. So if you plug in if you attach a gamepad over Bluetooth, you'll get a gamepad on your screen. If you attach like a Game Vice device which clamps around your phone with buttons, then you'll get a different image that shows you where all your buttons are on that type of device. So again, it's just sort of those little things to make sure that sort of no matter what device or what control system you're using, there's always sort of help. I'll just quickly.
Oh yeah, when you start a certain mode, you'll get some help screens giving you a bit of information on that kind of race style, what you need to look out for as well.
Yeah, so I think it's coming up with the awesome, yeah, so that's not how you look after your tyres, but on the easier modes it works quite nicely.
Yeah, it's more forgiving.
Yeah. Oh, power slides. Right.
That's good, it's standing good.
Maybe 1080p. So, you know, you've got so less number of pixels. Let's see if I can try and cause a bit of a run.
Was it Demolition Derby? I'm sticking with Derby.
Yeah, stick with Derby.
Even if I'm wrong. You can win either by coming first, or you can just knock everybody else out of the competition. That's also a perfectly valid way of winning the race. Oh, nice.
Okay, so I guess this is what everybody came for, right?
Are you not entertained?
So yeah, I mean, this is just one of the fun extra modes that's in the game.
Yeah.
So I mean, this game's all about sort of replayability. So you know, you buy it once, and it's kind of something for every occasion.
Yeah,
and
if you don't fancy the career mode, you've got all sorts of like different.
I
Like,
can tell you right now,
modes to choose from.
my haptic feedback is going.
I mean, this whole track is designed for you to crash into stuff. It's the
Yeah,
amount of
so-
like tyres piled up everywhere.
Can try that. Woo. So much harder to do that.
Oh, wall.
Yeah.
Multitasking.
Yeah, it's trying to stare at two things at once is probably not a good idea. I think my car is
It's fine. It's a tricky mode. It just
Yeah.
looks bad.
somebody.
You've got a ramp coming up.
Oh, jumped over somebody.
Dukes
Oh,
of Hazzard style.
car's upset.
Fred Koloff, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, just said, shut up and take my money.
I feel really bad for not winning. I do find actually I find it slightly easier to win this by just trying to take other people out.
Sorry, people, if you hear my sniffing, I have to apologise. Come down with a bit of a cold, so if I'm coughing all over the place, I do apologise. Try not to cough down the microphone at people.
Okay, let's yeah. I find I crash every time. Every time I try and line the iPhone up with the webcam, I end up having a horrible accident. Oh, this guy's ramming into me. Come on, dude, don't ram me into the wall. No, no, no. Oh, that's it.
You should not nudge him into
Yeah, you eat some wall. Bye-bye. Let's see there.
Got someone requesting to see the rewind mode.
Oh yes, we haven't talked
Oh,
about
flashback.
flashback.
That's literally the only thing you've not tried out yet
Yeah.
is the flashback.
Okay.
As you're all probably aware, there's
The
a
next
flashback
time I
mode.
make a terrible mistake, I will try and.
I use flashback mode a lot, funnily enough.
Yeah, it's sometimes less useful in Demo Derby because
Yeah.
you're trying to smash into everybody.
It can be. It's also useful if you're sort of starting out when you're practicing. If you're
Oh,
messing
okay,
up
there we
certain
go,
corners, you can sort of rewind
So-
just to see,
Here we go.
practice how to do something better.
And begin. There we go.
So it's a good practice tool as well.
And there we go again.
Get used to things.
So on rookie mode again, you have a.
Fighting it now.
Yeah, I think.
No, it's happening
in that
now.
case, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Don't even worry about it.
I think we can leave the penguins till we do a swap over. Right. So this is probably a track which I've raced more than most because it is.
It's been our go-to one, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's
for
a
the
really good
testing.
track because it shows off sort of all of the cityscapes, it shows off trees, it's quite a complex track, it shows off all of the crowd you can see as well. Yeah, that guy, that K1 is going like a troll.
Yeah, he's proper going for it, isn't he?
Yeah, but you again. Oh yeah, that's another thing which the physics engine does. If you notice when I brake, you get the movable rear wing, but the physics engine also calculates things like proper slipstreaming. So it's not like this kind of magic window. It's a little bit more sort of.
Yeah, so you can use the slipstream to help you overtake.
Let's just rewind. And make a better decision. Have you been making good choices?
What would you do? What would your friend do?
So,
But I mean, I find flashback particularly helpful if you're trying to get used to some of the tracks and some of the trickier corners. You can obviously just keep going back, trying a different thing and seeing what seems to work for each corner, and it helps you learn the game a bit better as well.
trying to get a bit too cheeky. Kind of bit. Yeah, that's right. So you just try and take a little bit too much. It's really good. So you can. There you go. That's what we're talking about.
Sacre de Familia in the background. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but
Yeah, so
I like that you're just spotting landmarks on the on the tracks. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's you go past the Eiffel Tower.
Well, in the Paris track, obviously.
Yes. Yeah. No, if you went past the Eiffel Tower in Barcelona,
That'd be interesting.
I'd question the geography.
Like that I've seen in Team America where they do Paris and like all the landmarks are in that one tiny square.
Ooh, breaking. So this is cobblestones. So when you're going over cobblestones, you get the rumble
Yeah,
through
haptic feedback.
through the haptic. So here we go. So that's a lap of Barcelona. I can quickly go into. Do I have to change? Very quickly. Watch.
If you change the difficulty, it will restart.
Yes. So these are all the difficulty settings I can do, and I thought I'd quickly turn on transmission, manual sequential. So as you can see, I get a 5%.
Oh, yeah. It makes sure you start the event.
So we'll restart. So I'm only going to start doing the beginning of this track because without audio for hearing the engine noises, I'm going to be really terrible. But now that I've got that excuse out the way,
we should show the nudge one as well. It also gives us an opportunity to show everyone all the secret extra customizer and pull options they have if they want to go down that road. That's why the audio is really useful in these, because you can hear when the engine's draining and it's.
I notice I'm not talking quite as much, so I'm having to try and stare at it.
Yeah.
The concentration now is just.
The audio and the haptic help you with this as well. That you get, so you can hear when the engine's starting to strain. You can feel it as well, so it makes it a bit easier to be able to work out when you should shift gear. So
I would say that sort of tilt mode with
the flick.
With flick gears is my favourite, although the nudge gears are equally quite nice.
I think it's just worth showing that one because it's a bit like there's a bit of a knack to it, I'd say.
So as you can see, it is a little bit tricky because obviously I've got the brake assist on right now, so doing brake assist and having it control your means that you're going to go guess what the brake assist is doing with the gear changes. But without audio, I'm quite happy with how this is turning out.
You're doing very well.
Yes.
Push that guy out of the way. Yay.
So you just move back a little bit. That's it.
Yeah.
Now he's going to drive poorer, so that's my secret plan. It's going to work out quite well.
Right, and that's a single lap using manual gears.
Beautiful. Right,
So
shall we switch devices and get the